Hey guys, what's up? It's Zin. Today I want to talk about a how-to or kind of a guide on Max Affinity and how to get that for your heroes so that they can get a different, basically costumes for your different heroes. And costumes are anything that is like an outfit or a weapon or a cosmetic that they can wear, and it kind of just changes the look on your character a little bit and just gives a little bit of a stat boost. If you want, obviously you can preview these in the closet to see what they look like before you go ahead and invest in trying to get the Max Affinity. Keep in mind, I've only been playing on global, so all of these outfits I have been getting in less than a week. So if there are any updates in the future or any Japanese updates that I didn't know about that make it easier to do so, I don't know about that yet. This is just the way I've been doing it for the past week or so. I thought that this would be useful and helpful, so I hope that it is. And without further ado, you can call me the Recipe Queen or Chef Zin or whatever, because I'm about to show you how to get all of these wonderful costumes for free. So usually there are 4 ways that you can get costumes in the game. The first is through the pop-up shop, and it's pretty random. Every couple of hours, a different town will have a shop where you can either buy weapons for gold or you can buy them for diamonds. The second way is to actually evolve your heroes, and then you can get the outfit that is associated with that evolution. So if you can actually preview them a little bit through the background like you see here, and you can see what they're going to wear or the outfit that you can get. The third way is through the Sacred Treasure shop. So if you go here and you preview some of them, you can see which ones you can get through the Sacred Treasure shop, and there's a little button here so you can go into it. They usually cost diamonds. I would say the SR ones are 10 diamonds. They can go up to 30 diamonds, but I think I've seen that they can even get higher or more expensive the more and more they either come out. So I think in the future there will be some that definitely cost more than 30 diamonds. So the last way I'll be talking about today is obviously Max Affinity. Max Affinity is different from Max Affection. Affection is kind of like this roadmap you do to get more and more diamonds, whereas Affinity is the one that's going to give you these cosmetics and hero motions and diamonds and all this other stuff. But we're going to focus on maxing this out so we can get the cosmetic that comes with that. So out of the 4, the ones that are mainly free would be getting Max Affinity, and it would be evolving your heroes. The pop-up shop is kind of like half free, because some you can get with gold, but then some you can get with diamonds. When you evolve a character, it's kind of like the story outfit that goes with it, or it's very related to the character itself, whereas I think the affinity items, they're kind of more like fun, I would say. Usually SR units only need about 16,000, and then SSR units usually need about 20k affinity in order to get it to max. So they are a little bit different. So here we go. How to get affinity. First way is through Vanya Ale. So Vanya Ale gives 300, and you can get that through just getting the ale from your store every single day or your restaurant. So it's be right here. And then obviously I ran out for today. If you want to get more, so that's a max of 3 a day, but if you want to get up to 4, you can set your tavern in order to give you a boost for it. So this one is called Master Hawk's Tavern Kitchen, and the max daily Vanya Ale grain increased by 1. So that one costs 10 gems. I think it's a little pricey for what you're getting, but if it's something you're going to be collecting every single day, I think it might be worth it in the long run, but it's definitely not necessary to do. Another way to get affinity is through something called, I think, elixirs, and you can get elixirs through the story. So they look like this. You can get it through stories or different missions. I've only gotten a couple, and I've completed all the way up until chapter 6, so it's hard to tell how many of those we'll be getting in the future. But they are worth a whopping 1,000 affinity points. I think the best way to get affinity points though is through something called recipes or dishes that you can get. So each dish is only worth 100, but they can add up pretty quick. When you click on the dish, it tells you the ingredients that you need and how many that you already own. So from these locations right here, you can actually just go and look exactly where they are, and some of them you can get from battles and some of them you can get from the material shop. You can also look for the recipe itself and see that where it is sold, but my recommendation is to get the recipes through battling. There's a little bit of math to be done here, so whenever you make a dish, you need 3 sets of ingredients, right? So you need 3 ingredients, and that makes a set, and then that can give you anywhere from 3 to 5 dishes. So 3 dishes would be a success, 4 dishes would be a super success, and then 5 dishes would be an ultra success. So if you average it out, I would say you get about 4 dishes per every single time you're making it. So after you're done with the set of ingredients, you make the dish, and let's just say the average dish you get is 4. And since this person, let's say, needs 16,000, but let's take someone like an SSR unit, right? An SSR unit needs about 20k affinity points, so you need about 200 dishes in order to max them out. So what you would do is divide 200 dishes by 4 dishes per recipe, I guess, and then you end up with 50. So you need 50 sets of ingredients in order to max this person out. And now that you have calculated that, I think it's a lot better. You can go ahead and then grind for those materials that way. So then you kind of see what you already have, and then you'll go specifically to that map that has it, and then you can just auto battle it all the way up until you get 50 of each. The best way to battle it is after you click on location, you'll go for like the simplest battle, because once you do that, it's just a lot easier to get the materials. So I'm just going to the Vanya Plains to get the beef, for example. Right now, stamina is decreased by 50%. So you would go to this one, right? And it's a 100% chance to get any of these 4. And you can get more than 1 treasure chest per round. So it's 100% chance to get at least one of these 4. So you can get double or however much it is. But for something like this that's a very, very low CP, I would use an AoE like Howard, for example. Hauser, for example, our little Howie here. And then you can also auto it until you run out of stamina. But if I start and I have Howie on AoE and he's the only character there, because all of his skills, including his ultimate, is AoE, I think it's very useful. And then when I auto with him, he just destroys everything basically in one go. As you can see, he's just using his AoE move right away, and he's killing everything in one blow. And I think this makes the round go by so much quicker. And I would recommend everyone to kind of auto on the easy mode, because it's 100% chance to get any of the meats, and they take any of the meats or any of the other ingredients, and it takes probably just maybe a couple seconds to do. I'm not timing it or anything like that, but I have found this to be the fastest. Whereas if you go to like medium or hard, yes, it's a chance that like I think it's a 10% chance you can get double of one of the ingredients, but I just don't think it's worth it. If I'm spending almost double the stamina, I expect to be getting like 100% chance of getting double the ingredients, which is not always the case. So as you see here, I got 2 of the matangos instead of just 1. So I think it's super worth it. Whereas if you go to medium, there's a 10% chance you can get a silver box with 2 of each. And then if you go to hard, there is a 2% chance to get 3 of each, or a 20% chance to get 2 of each, and I just don't think that's worth it. And I just think the stamina that you need for it is a lot. In addition to that, my Howie can't AoE the hard modes in one blow, whereas he can demolish everything in easy mode in just one shot, so it's just so much faster as well. As much as I don't think it's necessary to have someone like Hauser, you can definitely buy him right now on sale for 20 gold coins, I believe. And you can use any character, honestly, and just auto it. It might just take a little bit longer. Howie's definitely not necessary. But yeah, just have units that can either AoE or can attack everything in just one blow. And if not, it would just take a little bit tiny longer. So now that I went over the battles, I kind of want to go back and talk about the material shops. So if you only need like one of the ingredients out of the 2, sometimes it is worth it to just go ahead and buy it from the material shops. In addition, you can also just find the location and then buy the entire dish from the material shops also. But it's usually a max of 5 ingredients or dishes per day on each material shop. So at the end of the day, 5 dishes will probably only going to net you about 500 affinity points. So it's not super worth it for the cost. But if that's what you want to do and just stack up that way, that is perfectly fine too. Anyway, I really like the costumes because aside from just another layer of protection or offense for your team, the costumes also look really nice, and you can see them when you're doing PvM or PvP, and also in all of these ultimate boss battles, right? In addition, when you're doing your ultimate skill, sometimes the outfits and stuff come through too, so I think it's really neat. It also gives you a chance to kind of show your affection for these different characters by just maxing out the affinity. So here's some other ones I managed to get. I managed to get the monocle for Gil Thunder. I have King's balloon spear, which I think is super cute, and it's just so colorful. Of course, I got Jericho's little horns, and I just like her better with her hair down, honestly. We have Bond's cooking apron here, so that's really nice. Anyway, I hope you guys found this useful, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!